Have you ever considered why the Bible says nothing about what occurred to Mother Mary and the disciples following the crucifixion, or about the events that took place in Jesus' life from the ages of 12 to 30? Jesus and the Essence by Dolores Canon will be thoroughly examined today, my friends. Some of the answers to these intriguing questions might be found in this book. By means of her client's work and thorough investigation, Dolores discovered important information that illuminates previously unknown aspects of Jesus' life. She found it fascinating that the Bible made no mention of these things. She believed that people needed to know these facts, which are frequently left out of church conversations. Unquestionably, Dolores Canon's effort to discover these hidden truths was profound and inspirational for all of humanity. Just think about exploring data from regression sessions based only on belief and faith, and having faith in its worth and a strong desire to spread it, despite the fact that it goes against conventional wisdom and religious doctrine. People coming forward to verify the information Dolores found is a fantastic experience. It's incredible that she received so many books and letters from people confirming many of the ideas in her writings. Dolores's regressions and the investigation that followed revealed the importance of Joseph of Arimathea, a man who is mainly unnoticed in the Bible. Despite being referenced only once, he is an essential figure in history. Dolores's research indicates that Joseph of Arimathea, Jesus' uncle, was a prosperous businessman who conducted a great deal of foreign trade, mostly involving the sale of tin from England. Jesus traveled with him and studied under the most knowledgeable instructors of the day. It's interesting to note that Dolores was contacted by individuals in England when she shared this knowledge, referring to her as a local legend. There was a story that Jesus had passed across the waters of Glastonbury and other places nearby, an intriguing fact Dolores had revealed. As per the persistent narrative, Jesus was accompanied in his youth by his mother, Mary. These old stories are still cherished in that area. In fact, a song about Joseph being a tin man is sung by tin miners, perpetuating these myths. Following her lectures, Dolores was given a copy of George F. Jowett's 1961 book, The Drama of the Lost Disciples. A lot of information regarding Joseph of Arimathea can be found on its pages. All that is known about him indicates that he was wealthy and essential in both the Jewish and Roman societal structures. This book reveals an important detail. Joseph was the Virgin Mary's uncle and her father's younger brother, making him a great uncle to Jesus. These disclosures support what Dolores has already discovered, because the author visited Rome and other historical sites and discovered old documents, letters, books, and other anecdotes not recorded in the Bible. Its roots are firmly based in fact. What happened to the other disciples and Mother Mary is unclear, as the Bible says nothing about their experiences. Mother Mary, Joseph of Arimathea, and the disciples were in grave peril shortly after the crucifixion. There was a determined attempt to kill anyone connected to Jesus, even if it meant risking their lives. The Romans were aware of Joseph's enormous riches and power, but they were stuck. Executing him directly might spark a major rebellion. To make matters worse, they came up with what appeared to be a workable solution to prevent this. They gathered up all these people, including Joseph of Arimathea, in a well-thought-out maneuver, and put them onto a boat. But Joseph made the choice to bring Mother Mary along. She would have been in far more danger if we had left her behind in Israel. They were sailing into the unknown when they set out on this expedition, bearing the burden and the legacy of Jesus Christ. Their tale of peril, selflessness, and resiliency serves as a monument to the human spirit's eternal power and the unwavering search for the truth. The precise number of passengers on board is not always recorded in historical chronicles. Some stories even speculate that there may have been up to 100 persons. Joseph of Arimathea, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Lazarus, and a number of other disciples listed in the Bible were among them. They were thrown onto a boat and sent out into the wide Mediterranean Sea with no supplies. The idea was to let the sea claim their lives rather than execute them directly. Cast into the Mediterranean on a boat with no way to go around, it felt like a fate beyond belief. Dolores found this to be one of the most amazing miracles she had ever witnessed, and she was baffled as to why the Bible did not mention it. Through a miracle, the boat managed to navigate the Mediterranean and land on the French coast, where it is now known as Sainte Marie de la Mer, or Saint Maries of the Sea. They were greeted by a grotto-filled inlet and took sanctuary in one of these coastal caves. It is still a monument to divine intervention that they managed to navigate the Mediterranean without a map and were led to this particular location on the French coast. This location is now revered and known as the Tale. One of the women who had regression therapy with Dolores went back in time to a time when she was a gypsy in the 1700s. The gypsies met annually at Sainte Marie de la Mer on the French coast as part of a yearly custom. The gypsies celebrated and settled conflicts within their groups during this annual celebration, held within the grotto. Within the grotto stood statues that symbolized the three Marys: Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and the third Mary, who found the empty tomb, so the story goes. The Bible has always made reference to these three Marys. This engrossing story vividly depicts these remarkable happenings by fusing historical sources, folklore, and personal regressions. The way these tales come together emphasizes the ongoing mystery of faith, resiliency, and the unexplained forces that shape our existence. Please consider supporting me if this video is helpful to you. If you appreciate what you see, please consider subscribing to our channel, and, if you'd like, share your own experiences in the comments area below. Not only can your stories and thoughts benefit our community, but they might also serve as an inspiration to others who watch this film. Upon reaching land and taking a few days to relax, some departed on a well-built boat, while others boarded a ship with fewer sails. In a little boat, Joseph of Arimathea, the disciples, Mother Mary, and a few others sailed to England. This particular place in England was significant to Joseph, since he had brought Jesus there several times, particularly on business visits to Glastonbury, where the group had made their home. Jesus attended the University of the Druids to further his studies. The world's first Christian church was established at this particular location. It's interesting to note that because Jesus had not intended for it to be a church, it was never called that. Mary Magdalene probably started a similar organization in Spain, but like Lazarus, she migrated to France and built another church. The people who had been exiled from Israel, believing they were going to die soon, erected churches in each of these nations: England, Spain, and France. The Glastonbury Church was notable for its unique methodology. The name The Way, which denotes their dedication to adhering to Jesus' teachings as he meant, was chosen over a Christian church name as per Jesus' intentions. As Jesus traveled around Israel and Galilee, his disciples met in houses scattered across the region. People openly shared their information, including healing procedures, trance and meditation techniques, and metaphysical teachings during these gatherings. This open structure was precisely how the Way was intended to work and was the core of Jesus' teachings. The fundamental idea was that everyone could participate and share their knowledge without being restricted by those in positions of control. Traditional church teachings frequently ignore this part of the Bible because it contradicts the hierarchical structures that the church eventually built. The Way maintained a decentralized and open approach in line with Jesus' original ideals, in contrast to the centralized systems where individuals such as the Pope or bishops dictate laws. They dispatched missionaries from Glastonbury to different parts of the world, disseminating the teachings of Jesus and ensuring that his message persisted in resonating with people everywhere. Joseph of Arimathea gave solid arguments for his decision to settle at Glastonbury in the concluding chapters of this gripping story. This area was necessary because of his connections to the reigning families and his affiliation with the Druids. Not far from there was founded the first church, which is regarded as the holiest location on earth. The sanctity of this historical record was reinforced by Dolores Canon's investigations, which validated the abbey's acknowledgement of it. It is thought that Mary, the mother of Jesus, and the disciples, including the centenarian John, rest in the same grave as Joseph. Mary's tomb is confirmed by carvings and other evidence, making it the holiest location on earth. Churches were subsequently built in France, with Lazarus being one of the main figures. The contentious arguments regarding the location of the first church are supported by official documents dating back to the 1400s. Following a comprehensive analysis, it was conclusively determined that the first Christian church was founded in England, with just a minor disagreement about the exact year of its creation. Historical documents that trace the Christian religion back to the immediate followers of Jesus during that time validate these claims. Mary Magdalene was a woman of great Gnostic and metaphysical knowledge, yet she was frequently disregarded. She had been a priestess in Egypt and had meaningful interactions with Jesus. Dolores Canon always wanted to promote individual thought rather than upend established beliefs. She highlighted the need to challenge one's own judgments and maintain one's independence. It was crucial to pursue knowledge and personal development that was in line with one's reality. The gaps in the account of Jesus' life, filled in by Dolores Canon's research and supported by historical data, provide a fascinating look into his life. Unnoticed facets of history are brought to light by Joseph of Arimathea, Mother Mary, and the remarkable sea survival of the disciples, together with the founding of the first Christian church at Glastonbury. The idea of the way forces people to think for themselves and question accepted religious beliefs. Mary Magdalene's significance as a disciple helps us comprehend the variety of people who followed Jesus. The writings of Dolores Canon serve as a reminder to inquire, investigate, seek information on your own, accept different viewpoints, and recognize your own truth. If you're still with me, let me say how much I appreciate you being here. If you'd like, you may also think about liking and subscribing to our channel. You can also share your own experiences in the comments section below. Not only can your stories and thoughts benefit our community, but they might also serve as an inspiration to others who watch this film. I hope your journey is fantastic and that blessings come with every step. I'm grateful